Getting ready to make plans for my school year, I thought I would just share some thoughts with you. So this is going to be more of a video that you get to listen to, and maybe you just want to sit down and do some of your planning, and hopefully I can encourage you. So stay tuned. Welcome to Learning with Boys. My name is Rachel. I am a homeschool mom. I have 4 boys. We are just finished up our 16th year of homeschooling. I have graduated too, and this school year I will have a 7th grader and I will have my 3rd senior. So things are going to look a little bit different, but I want to share just some things that I think will apply to any season that you might be in with your homeschooling and planning and looking into this school year. As I plan, I am just looking through things and really making a supply list and realizing that, I need to get a few more things. But I first want to encourage you definitely to begin your year, as I heard one homeschool mom say, with dirty knees. And I just thought, I knew exactly what she was saying. We really need to be praying before you even sit down to plan, choose curriculum, but I'm assuming that you're probably past that point now. But even as you are looking at your year, pray over each child, pray over the planning process, and that I think the important thing is to keep in mind God has your year planned out too, and you want to be attentive to His will. So just be realistic with your expectations. One thing I really encourage you to do is read over everything written to the teachers. And that is what I'm going to be doing here in a little bit, but I'm just looking over each subject and checking out different things. But I usually definitely need to read what is written to the teachers in each book. And I will tell you why, because I have made the mistake of just assuming. And sometimes I miss some very important things by doing that, or I don't have everything that I need. So make sure you take time to do that. It can be time consuming when you have several children with several different types of curriculum, but it is worth it when you wake up in the middle of the school year and think, oh, I didn't know that. So I encourage you there. So being flexible can mean so many different things. You could be talking about your curriculum, just being flexible with, okay, do we need to finish every amount of this school year? Do I need to use that specific book? Do I need to do it exactly as the teacher's guide says? So, but it also means being flexible with things that arise. It could be that you have a friend that is in need and really there's an emergency and you need to watch their kids. There may be an activity that comes up unexpectedly and you know your kids would enjoy this so much, and really you would too. Just being flexible in your scheduling and making time for those activities and scheduling out any time that you may need as a family, whether it be vacation or, parents or kids' birthdays and things like that. So right now I am looking through one of the guides that I am trying to make sure that I have everything he needs. This is a bulk of his curriculum. We use Heart of Dakota curriculum. I have several videos on it, but this is the first year I'm using this specific guide, this 7th grade year, Revival to Revolution. Very excited about it, but there are a few things that are new to me. So I am looking through that and making sure I have the list. Over to your left, I actually have a states map, and I need to figure, I have that set out. I need to remember, I have it still on the table. I need to get it where I could put it on the wall, and I have an idea, so hopefully I'll share that with you soon. So that brings me to the thought of thinking about the things that we need physically. What do we need for our children? What supplies do they need? Do they need crowns still? Do they need colored pencils or markers? Do they need a pencil sharpener for their colored pencils? And do you want to have individual sets or one pencil sharpener, which I have found very handy just to have one good, solid investment in a good pencil sharpener. I will advise that. But So there's lots of little details. We actually have a tax-free weekend here in our state of Tennessee that I'm looking forward to because I have some printing to do and it needs to be colored. Last year I went to the library, but I am seriously pondering on getting a very cheap colored printer that I can just use a few times a year. So thinking about that and have that on my list. Going to be checking that out during the tax-free weekend. Okay, I do want to mention that when my kids were younger, that I really took a lot more time to do this because I had several boys, and also a lot of the curriculum was new to me. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So I really advise you, if your kids are younger and this is sort of new to you, or you're choosing a whole round of new curriculum this school year, to really set aside some time for that. Make sure you have enough time, not the day before you start schooling. And if you are not ready, go ahead and take one more week. It's okay. The time will still be there. It's all right to do that. If your kids are getting older, you might even want to have them sit down with you and look at some of the things that they will be using this next school year. Just encourage them by showing them the different subjects. If they're teenagers, let them help you a little bit and have them read over the instructions. I know sometimes my boys catch things that I've missed, like, Mom, we're supposed to be doing this. So I just want to encourage you there that bring them along as they get older in this planning process. One thing also to remember is, where are we going to be storing all of this curriculum and how are we going to organize it? So you might want to have a little bit of a plan for that. And I do have some videos on how I've done things in the past with planning for my younger boys, and also we are using our carts. We've had those for a couple of years. I will link a few videos below that hopefully will be helpful to you in organizing and storing your curriculum. So I also want to mention, just because I'm sort of in this position right now, is what if we're ready to start and we don't have all the curriculum yet? I have ordered my son's science, but I don't think it'll be here on time. But many years, we always do what we call a slow start. So I think we will be okay, because the first week I'm just going to be doing his math and language arts. And he actually even has an activity that specific week. So it really works out for us to do that. So I hope that encourages you. I will say, when I had the several children, a lot of times I would start the oldest and just make sure that he knew what was expected of him, made sure he knew that what his routine, his schedule was. And I would do the first week with just him, and then I would add in the younger boys. So that might be a thought if you have several children, especially if you have a high schooler and this is their first year in high school, maybe just to take some time and make sure that they're used to this setup that you have for them. Okay, I just want to finish this video by just giving you some encouragement in the Lord. Just maybe finding a verse that will help you, that encourages you as maybe you go through some struggles, maybe you go through some joys. But I had Isaiah 41:10, and that's still a verse that I refer to so many times. Fear not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee on the right hand of my righteousness. I just encouraged me in the faithfulness of my God. He was my God, and I could claim his promises. He has called me to this, and he will help and guide me. All right, I do appreciate you all watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and prayerfully your planning is going well. We will talk to you again soon.